crying? Can you hear me cry? Can you hear me cry? Can you hear me cry? No, right now it's over. No, right now it's over. Can you hear me crying? Can you hold down? No, right now it's so hard. This long distance is killing me. While I'm away, right now, but I'm sober. Can you hear me crying? Can you hear me cry? Can you hear me cry? Can you hear me cry? No, right now, sober. No, right now, sober. Can you hear me crying? Can you hold down? No, right now, so hard. This long distance is killing me. While I'm away, right now, but I'm sober. Can you hear me crying? Can you hear me cry? Can you hear me cry? Can you hear me cry? Can you hear me crying? Can you hold down? Right now, so hard. This long distance is killing me. Right now, day.
Alright, there we go. Should be live. Should be able to hear us too. No, we don't have to do. That's the clap is a reference to when we shoot some like off-screen videos. We sync the audio with a
also
sync clap.
to start off our positive motivation.
Alright, Tristan, the host. We got our guest.
This is my room now, bitches.
This is Alex.
Welcome.
Alright, yeah. So fits that keep me from ending it all. Today we're gonna be talking about Jaden Smith, as you guys can see. You got Jaden Smith up on the screen.
Known most for his role in Karate Kid, the second one.
Yeah, I don't know. That's actually a really bad movie. When would you say that came out?
God knows when, dude. I think like 2005. I don't know. He was still hanging out with Justin Bieber then.
That's all I remember from it was Jackie Chan would like take apart the car and then like rebuild it in the house and then beat it up.
I'll be honest with you. I don't remember watching it. I probably never watched it, to be honest.
Oh, alright. Well, it's one of those ones you can miss.
Damn.
Alright, yeah. So this is Jaden Smith here. We got a picture on the left, obviously from his music video Icon, which we'll talk about later. And then on the right, just this kind of like a comparison. But yeah, we'll jump into it. Get over to the next slide. Alright, so yeah, he's really, obviously, Jaden Smith, you know, the last name. He's really well known for being Will Smith's son. So there we got some pictures of him with his dad, Will Smith. The Fresh Prince representing, and yeah, so it's kind of funny on the right. That's from his music video for Icon, and his dad Will Smith recreated the music video, kind of like picking on it, but it's like in the end he was like, "Yo, congrats for like
100, is it 10 million or something? 10 million streams."
It was for like congrats for like X amount of streams, so it's cool to see.
Weird though. Fun fact. Jaden Smith is not Will Smith's first son.
Really?
Yeah, Will Smith has another son named Trey, with a previous marriage.
Oh, that's what I was
Trey
gonna say.
Smith.
With the same lady? Or?
Some different lady when he first started off on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But they since broken up, and then he got with Jada Pinkett at the time. So everyone sleeps on the older son of Will Smith.
Alright, well,
the more you know.
We're also going to sleep on him because this podcast is not about him. It's about his brother, Jaden. So, alright, next slide. So yeah, now we're going to talk about the acting career. Just give like a brief little overview of kind of what Jaden Smith, like what his life has been about. So like obviously it started off with acting, and then it transitioned into music now. If you heard Sire, which we'll talk about if you haven't heard, And then, yeah, kind of like all along that way, he's kind of had a cool transformation of his streetwear style or clothing style with like pieces that he wears and his own kind of unique style that he employs. But yeah, so on the screen you'll see a bunch of stuff. Actually, we got the Karate Kid doing the splits up in the
Shout out to him. First, that's pretty talented.
up in the top. I don't know. Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, it's reversed for us. That's kind of hard.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, so first movie on there was Pursuit of Happiness. That happened like the earliest on in there.
Boom, that exploded his career.
Yeah, that was I think like I don't know, in a couple of my classes in high school we watched that movie.
Word? Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually feel like that's a pretty popular one to watch in school.
Oh, without doubt. Without doubt.
So yeah, from there he went on to that you can see him. He's got the afro like the little dude in the bottom.
Aging in process.
But then also yeah, he went on and he did Karate Kid, where you can see him doing the splits, which was I don't think it was very well received.
No.
It was a lot different from the original. But I mean that's obviously gonna happen over so much time. But then you can't really see the title of it because it's hiding behind us. But the one on the bottom right is called After Earth. Have you seen that one?
I have not. But I'll be honest, dude. Kylie Jenner and Kendall Jenner used to post about that back in like early 2012, and I was like, yo, Jaden Smith still like haven't heard about him in forever. So shout out to Kendall and Kylie for like getting me back onto Jaden Smith.
Yeah. But yeah, also After Earth is kind of like it wasn't really that good of a movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of but I mean that's all based on opinion. But then again, that one also wasn't that well received. So yeah, and then we'll transition to something that came out this fall, I believe.
Neo Tokyo.
Yep, and that's
Man.
Neo Tokyo. We got the banner up top, and then over on the
You didn't like it, right?
top left corner we have the face of his animated character. But yeah, to answer your question, I never actually watched it. I just heard that it was bad.
Nah, I loved it. It was actually really funny. It's funny. He talks a lot about his fashion sense within the film or within the show. So it's like,
yeah, well, just like you want to give like a actual like little background of what it actually is.
oh man, all right. So check it out. It's based in the future where it's kind of like I don't want to say like magicians, but demon slayers live among us, and there's demons who live among us, and the kind of like how now we have social classes, middle class, me up top, and then I'm playing, but he's a part of like the higher upper echelon of Neo Tokyo, which is just New York. But he's the most eligible bachelor, but he's also part demon slayer, as in like his heritage comes from like the slaying of
Man,
demons.
just reading it off there. Number one most eligible bachelor and demon slayer.
I can't read. But long story short, super dope, really funny. He name drops a lot of clothing, so if you're into like fashion, it's a good show to watch. And also it's funny, like it adds little hints of like teenage problems of like love lost.
Yeah, well, that's another big thing with anime. They that like a lot of them, since it is like animation's kind of like related to like little kids or like littler kids, a lot of the episodes have like life lessons and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it's not like most anime where like the girls are like super banging and they're like, "No, I'm playing." It was good though. I suggest you watch it.
Yeah, I think a big thing to note here too is anime is just like ties to the streetwear culture and like fashion in general,
1,000%.
like that type of stuff. So it's kind of cool to see him after he kind of developed as a fashion icon to put out like an actual anime. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, the hardest thing to watch about it is hearing the main character and not hearing him as Jaden Smith. You hear him and you're like automatically, this is Jaden talking. So it's kind of tough to like distinguish. It's kind of tough to like not distinguish between the two.
Do you have anything else to say about his acting career?
He deserves at least 13 Grammy. No, like Grammys are music, right?
Yeah, I want to say he's not. I don't know. He's not like
that serious about it.
He's not a great actor. Also, that's other than these films. Like off the top of my head, I can't think of any other ones that he was actually in.
No, I don't think he actually did much other than that.
But yeah, you've seen him. I guess the point is that you've seen him like sprinkled throughout these films over time. But yeah, so next slide. So yeah, this is. I'll actually have to move our webcam for this or our like picture. But yeah, so this is kind of how the style of Jaden has progressed. I want to say like you can pretty much tie a lot of his style with like what phase of haircut he's in. So over time you got the top left, and I just thought that was like a pretty cool hairstyle.
Simple curls, twists, and stuff.
But yeah, I think back then he was dressing pretty basic, and then over to the right you get kind of like the
more wild.
Yeah, more
dread.
wild like weekend type stuff. but yeah, and then he progresses, then he bleaches it, and then on the bottom left, you go to kind of like where he's getting to now, which is just like he buzzed his head, and then he keeps like dyeing it a bunch of different colors, and then actually now I'll move so you guys can see he has
This regular blonde.
yeah, the bleached hair. So yeah, that's kind of where he is now. But a lot of like the outfits that we're gonna talk about kind of progresses exactly like how he was in that point. Like before, when he had the long hair, he was more like kind of like not as wild of a dresser. Like
Nah.
wasn't making like as big of statements. I guess he did have like some kind of wacky ones, but
Definitely with this clothing brand Misfits, you'll see some really cheesy crossword type tops. With the top left, this one, that one.
yeah, it's always hard to
with the
orientate
glasses on.
yourself.
That's when he first was getting into like the big music industry. Not even the big, but he like had a couple mixtapes with like the dude from Hannah Montana.
The dude from Hannah Montana.
Yeah, Rico.
I barely even watched Hannah Montana, so
that makes two lists. I don't even have cable, low key.
But yeah, I mean, also like then again, just like point out like his hair, like he's I don't know, I think he's killing it with his hair game.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of the like dyed green hair down there, but still, it's like I
Frank
don't know.
Ocean and Kanye both rock that same shade of hue of green.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he was like, did he lead that movement at all or not
I
really?
doubt it.
Just kind of
I
like
doubt it.
embraced it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean like his hair is definitely like a cool aspect of his style. I think through time it's progressed really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll go to the next slide then. Yeah, so this is why I like corrected myself about the long hair. He has been caught wearing like kilts or dresses like a lot. You see him on the left, he's got like an actual dress, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving from the left to the right, the one second to the second from the left, kind of just looks like an elongated shirt or like a long, like
Very
they call it
elongated.
like long line or something like
Long
that.
tees.
But I'm not sure what's going on in the back. But yeah, I think that's just a tee, not like an actual dress. And he's got some shorts underneath. But yeah, then you move to the next two, and those are actually like dresses. And then I think the final one's actually a skirt. Once I can move our camera.
Yeah, and it's worth noting. I don't know if you can put on the slide, but he was the face of women's fashion spring-summer line of Louis Vuitton. I might be wrong on that, but I know it was like Louis Vuitton. Some season he was the face of the women's fashion line. So that's pretty cool.
It was Louis Vuitton. That's oops.
So
Skip
shout out
that
to men taking more women's jobs. Can you imagine?
He actually rocks a lot of Louis Vuitton. I think he's sponsored by
big Louis Vuitton.
That's throughout the rest of the podcast. You'll see a bunch of stuff of him wearing Louis Vuitton.
If you watch Neo Tokyo, he talks a lot about Louis Vuitton as well and Coco Chanel.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
That's
he
cool.
like name drops hella people.
It's cool that they're in the like same universe.
Oh yeah. He talks about Karl Lagerfeld from fucking whatever brand he's at.
But yeah, also it's kind of cool to relate this back to Shia. So with Shia, we talked about how like he wears boots, and that's more kind of like a female thing. A lot of the time, you see girls like wearing boots, like really high boots with the socks and stuff. Obviously, with Jane, that's a lot more extreme, where he's wearing dresses. But yeah, it's kind of cool. You see like fashion icons kind of breaking
more feminine.
Yeah, and just like breaking the norms. I think that's a huge thing for like people in fashion, especially the ones who like want to make a statement and stand out from everybody else. Yeah, so you're a huge fan of this album. Do you want to kind of explain his music career just a little bit?
Oh yeah, by all means. Sire was Jaden Smith's first, I'd say, big label project. I mean, some may say like his earlier stuff's big as well, but this is without doubt his biggest project yet. He signed previously to Rock Nation, Jay-Z's label. In addition to having fellow members as of Willow Smith, his sister obviously, Rita Ora, who like no one even knows about, Vic Mensa, Kanye West, and DJ Khaled just recently had a deal with him. But nonetheless, this was like his freshman. Yeah, this was his freshman project. Super great. I loved it. Some people may say it was like a little bit too long, or like too forward in reference to like how long his songs were and shit.
It was really well received as being like an artistic album too, though. So
for sure, and it's kind of interesting. He pays a lot whatever. He respects a lot to Kid Cudi. One of his music videos, he's playing a Kid Cudi track on a vinyl.
Yeah, that's a song. In one of the songs in Icon, he says, owe it all to Cudi and something.
Mm-hmm. So that's a funny, shout out to Cudi one time because the man's not really doing a lot of music currently. He might drop, a little EP last year or what have you. It might have been 2 years ago, but that's basically like what this was, and a lot of people loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It could use could use a couple more features though, but it's cool. Freshman album barely had any features, and it was all him showing his artistic skill. Shout out to Lost Boy, got me through some hard times.
Yeah, no, definitely. So yeah, it is a really cool, like, another artistic kind of expression from Jaden.
Mm-hmm. It's super original too, compared to like a lot of rappers in our current era. You can say like one bites off the other, what have you. Sure, the dude kind of does go off a Cudi type flow, but he's really putting himself different from other artists in the mainstream.
Yeah, I think it's cool that I feel like he was in the shadow of just being Will Smith's son
1,000%.
for like the longest time with his acting career too, and like you saw with his movies, if you saw any of them, he doesn't actually he's not a great actor, and like the films he's in, his roles, like his performances, they're just not great movies. So definitely living in the shadow, and then with this, he just breaks out, and he's Jaden Smith. He's not Will Smith's son anymore, kind of. So
for sure.
Yeah. So from there, we'll talk about his tour merch. So yeah, you see him rocking this a lot, and it's obviously just got like the Sire plastered all over it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's kind of reminds me of like Kanye with what he did with like the cover of Life of Pablo, where it's a lot of like, I don't know,
print
how
and
you'd
font and different lettering. The font itself becomes a design, and that's one thing I think. I know when that shit dropped 2016, everyone thought it was like the stupidest cover ever. They're like, oh, it's so dumb. Wow, fucking Kanye would do that. But look what was there to come. You know what I'm saying? I know Muramasa, who's the one DJ that fucking Calvin Harris. They both released a couple EPs, and like they had a lot of artwork that was similar.
With Heat Stroke and then Slide. Yeah, you saw that happening a lot with the images within the image, like
like text,
yeah.
Font this, font that, and then a photo of like artists. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing. I'm also a big Kanye fan, so you'll hear me defend him. But back to Jaden in specific, one thing we can really respect is the man himself has a lot of bright pastel-y type colors. You'll see lots of his. If you listen to Sire is about someone who goes. Sire is like a character in which is chasing the sunset, basically the end of summer, chasing a inevitable end to what summer is, whether that's a love lost, the actual ending of the day, or what have you. And he says that's why he talks a lot about Sire. I think his middle name actually is Sire. Fun fact.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
2, you'll see the colors in which he does rock a lot, or like similar to the colors that you see in a sunset. A light blue to end purple type spectrum, and that's fucking dope. As a fellow colored person, you know what I'm saying, that those colors really do work with us. You know what I'm saying, that skin tone really works well with like a light blue, light pink and shit. So I think that's one thing that like I'm kind of cool with.
Yeah, I really dig the the colorways that he uses for everything. But yeah, I'd say it's more like definitely like an older like arcadey vibe. You know
like
what I mean?
The 80s type shit. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the colors themselves. I think it's dope. I see what you're saying.
Like something you'd catch on like a VHS tape, like that type of style. But yeah, it's kind of cool. He's got like even denim jackets, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But yeah, he's even got the denim jacket like with the branding on it. Is that tour merch too?
Or 1,000%, 1,000%. On top of that, everyone knows artists, they make a lot of their money from merch specifically, being that the label doesn't take any of that kind of money. And Jay-Z, Jay-Z is actually he's almost a billionaire, if not is already.
Probably is.
Yeah, so he's got his hand in the pot for sure, but artists who are smart know that merch really does sell crazy. And if you're an artist that's very, fucking cool, good with fashion, it flies. And that's Jaden right there.
Alright, you ready for the next one? You want to talk about Sire a little bit more? Or?
I want to get in tears, man. That shit's so powerful.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't... I just noticed this kind of matches the Sire...
Hey, shout out one time.
Sire vibe. Yeah, shout out Deadmau5. Not killing it anymore, but he was big back in the day.
Hey, man.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, if you haven't listened to Sire, definitely go check it out. It's a cool album. pretty like kind of like experimental, alternative.
Without doubt. Without doubt.
It's
If you know
got
Jaden
different
Smith,
sound.
yeah, definitely a different sound. And Jaden Smith himself is a different dude.
Yeah.
Everyone knows him as like meme type shit with like the jokes he says.
All right. So next slide. Check out what we got going on. Yeah.
Hey,
So, so yeah, like we talked about, he is like really big into Louis Vuitton. He's probably gotten like a couple or he's probably like even sponsored by them at this point. He's always rocking Louis Vuitton, and then like you said, he did the lookbook or whatever, the photo shoot with them. So yeah, right here, this kind of just showcases the LV Supreme shoulder bag that came out last summer. It was like a pop-up feature that super expensive. And then yeah, in the middle you got him just like a regular Supreme box logo that he put on a
Louis Vuitton bag. That's
Louis
hilarious.
Vuitton bag. Yeah,
I
which
love
is kind
it.
of funny. But yeah, also or other than this, I couldn't really find him rocking much more Supreme. He does wear the Louis Vuitton Supreme jacket, the denim one that we'll talk about a little bit later. Kind of put that with the denim jacket category. But yeah, you actually see him rocking this like everywhere. He always has this shoulder bag on.
I'm salty, man. That's awesome. Good for him.
Salty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is a cool shoulder bag. Actually, like, I might like the shoulder bags that came out with the Supreme season this season more than that one though.
Should I cop that? If I had $3,000 to spare.
The new ones?
No, these.
Oh
The
yeah.
LV.
But yeah. Also note that he is wearing NMDs in the middle picture.
Those are the nice. Those are like super rare. I don't know what the hype's about, but people. fuck
Super
with those.
rare? Nah, they're not that rare.
Those, yeah, no, there's hype behind them. Those in specific, that colorway. I don't know why, but
So I don't know. I think NMDs were ruined for me.
because all the frat bros, all the chads.
Yeah, I always see like frat guys and sorority girls wearing NMDs, and
What do they do to you, man?
I just don't.
He's like, basically it's the
We'll
mainstream.
keep this off stream.
Right?
No, it's the group that it got like popularized by. But
That's
it's
true.
also like, Supreme's like kind of like gravitating towards like little kids and all these hype beasts, which is
Fucking 13-year-olds rocking, fucking Louis Vuitton.
yeah, and like vape and stuff, which kind of starts ruining it for me. But I don't know, we'll see.
Now, shout out to the youth, sure, but damn, like leave some for us.
Yeah, you can't. I don't know. They reach a point where it's like cringe too. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. He's always rocking this shoulder bag. But other than that, not too much. Like, I don't think he rocks any solo Supreme stuff.
Yeah. One thing worth noting though, all jokes aside or what have you, just because one has dope ass pieces, you know what I'm saying? Just because you have a Louis Vuitton, Supreme collab, doesn't really mean that you have like style, right? We can see right here with Jaden in particular, like he really does rock it rather well. Sure, one might say that the red bag might be kind of weird with the midnight blue suit, but it's kind of a nice touch. And then the one in the middle, obviously that works kind of well.
From my like research or whatever, I'd almost say that he's wearing this for like utility, like for an actual like use purpose. Like he always has it on like every fit. I'm not sure if he like matches it. I don't really think he does. I think he just like actually wears it to use it, which is cool too, because then he's not like a lot of people you'll see, they just wear like say maybe like somebody wears the Supreme shoulder bag like once and then they like never wear it again. Like a lot of celebrities you see doing that, they don't really like repeat fits.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like we talked about Shia too, which was cool.
The hat and shit, right?
Yeah.
And the coats he had, that's so dope.
All right. But yeah, big LV supporter. Maybe they support him. I'm not really sure. Probably should have done a little bit more research on that. But yeah, he does rock a little bit of Supreme. So yeah, here's the denim, and the furthest right picture is the Supreme LV jacket, which has the same print, or I guess the other one didn't have the print, but this is from the same collab. I guess Supreme and LV only did the one collab. But yeah, that's from last summer, which I don't know, it's a cool jacket.
That's fucking dope. Yeah, you see a lot of celebrities rocking that. DJ Khaled to Travis Scott to him and shit. That's fucking dope. A lot of fakes. There's a lot of fakes of those, by the way.
Yeah, a lot of fakes of a lot of the like really hyped like Supreme.
Yeah, and if you see your fucking regular kid at the bodega rocking that, that's not real.
Also, I'll point out on the far left, you do have him rocking a Bape shirt.
Yeah, I was about to say that right now. It's a cool combination. It's like a split tee. Bape and some other stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, he's out there, like, maybe he doesn't really rock Supreme, like, like solely Supreme stuff,
Mhm.
but you do see him like kind of like into the like hype to like brands.
Mm-hmm. You good?
Yeah. Um.
I couldn't let it slide. I had it.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm wearing Supreme sometimes. Yeah, I'm wearing Bape sometimes. But yeah, now we'll talk about the denim jackets. Actually, I think the two on the left might be the same one,
Yeah,
and then
the cut tie, the cut collar.
yeah, and then the one with the sleeve pattern is a different one. Which I feel like that's probably like some big brand like Gucci or something like that, like
Some
Saint
Givenchy type
Laurent.
shit. Who knows,
Yeah.
right?
It's probably some like big brand like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's I have a feeling that he's usually rocking like
Crazy
some
expensive stuff, yeah.
yeah some crazy like designer stuff. Where
And everyone's like, he looks like a homeless man. I was like, boy, if you don't shut your...
but yeah, he's always he's got a lot of denim jackets. That's a huge part in his ensemble.
Yeah, and I think, again, while denim jackets may be, practical utility type coat or, accessory to an outfit, he, again, wears that a lot simply because if you look at the photo of him in the Icon video, if you look at the color of the sky, it's, again, that purple, blue type hue, and that denim really fits the aesthetic of what Sire is as both an album and as, like, a meaning, chasing that, inevitable sunset. So him wearing that blue kind of plays homage to all that jazz.
Somebody said, would we rock a fake one, the LV jacket? Would you?
If I was pulling up to a place where no one knew me, 1,000%, maybe.
I wouldn't rock fakes.
Yeah.
That's
Same.
I stray away from it.
No, do totally same. No, I'd probably rock. I mean, that's a tough question because that is like a super exclusive type thing. You know what I'm saying? If you were to rock that, you gotta be super ballsy because someone's gonna be like, yo, how could you afford a $3,000 jacket when you're driving a Ford Ranger? You know what I mean? My truck costs that much.
That's actually people. I watched this video of people. They were covering the Supreme LV drop, and they were outside they're outside the store filming, and they're trying to talk to the people who were inside and bought stuff and came out, and they tried to get the people to show them their pieces. Just to like document the drop and like see how crazy it was.
Yeah.
But a lot of people didn't even want to show them the pieces because they didn't want somebody to like run up and snatch it because like that's how valuable the stuff is. Like the hoodies were going for, I think like a couple thousand after it sold out, and like that jacket's probably like I don't know like $3,000 to $5,000 like resale, which is just wild.
So no, I probably wouldn't rock that fake one, but like low key, I'd probably rock some fake stuff in my life if I ever was trying to flex that hard. If I ever found myself that dark, ditch in life, trying to rock fake shit to like impress others.
Yeah, I wouldn't dabble in fakes. That's just I don't know. That's not for me.
Hey, dude, some Chinese executives gotta make money somehow, man.
Which there are some really funny YouTube videos if you look at I believe it's called like the Silk Market or something over in Taiwan or something like that, where it's all like fakes and they sell like you can buy stuff for like crazily low prices.
Yo, tell me why I do follow a shoe account that like calls out fake shoes, and then I end up following one of the fake shoe companies just to see how much balls these people have.
Is it the one that calls out like celebrities for wearing fakes?
It's not even celebrities. It's like YouTube, like fucking. If you and me were to get like a couple 100,000 views, and now we're rocking, Sean Weatherspoon, Air Maxes the day before they come out.
Dude, shout out Soldier Boy. He's always getting called up for stuff like that.
Oh my god, yeah, him and his fake fucking bezels. That's great.
Yeah, but yeah, that's another story. Back to Jaden anyway. Yeah.
Pants.
So, yes, this is like the hugest. Like this is a huge thing for Jaden. He's
Pantalones. Let me tell you,
his pant game is crazy.
May I?
Take it.
Let me tell you. One, I myself tried to get into the pants game recently. Tell them about our experience.
Yeah, so we went to a local like streetwear store. They got like Supreme and Bape and Off-White and all that stuff.
Buy, sell, trade type shit.
But yeah, they had some cut and sew vintage Tommy jeans, and we went there and he tried them on, and well, I don't know. I thought they looked like how they looked in person in the picture, but he was a little deceived, I guess.
Boy, let me tell you. All right, first off, if you ever do go out and try to find some vintage type jeans, and you see artists wearing these looser fit type of denim, that's cool. One, it's a tough denim to rock because finding shoes that rock with it's kind of tough. And three, your body's not gonna really like the loose type fit immediately if you've been used to wearing like slim fit type jeans. And four, man, some of these pants, these in particular were like women's original 1980s pants, so like they were like a little lower rise and tighter around the booty. And I was like,
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that's fine as long as
what you mean? Like, that's fine.
no, like
Call out my man's over here.
no, for guys, I mean, I don't know, man.
No, it is, you know, kind of fine or what have you, but
But
like,
you need consistency. Like,
yeah, if it's tight specifically on your ass, and then it goes down to like the pant legs and it flares out, you know, it could work if you're rocking some old, you know, New Balance type shoes. If the shoes are beat themselves, but like, I'll be honest, I don't really got a lot of beat shoes, not yet at least. So try it, and if you can rock it, that's what's up. I think I need some more confidence to do so.
yeah, I don't know. I just think they weren't that great. The patterns
Yeah.
they used on the like cut and
Nah.
sew stuff. Just was,
Nah, and if we were to go to Jaden real quick, you see that he does a lot of different it's not just random type stuff that he has patched onto his jeans. You'll
Yeah.
see like in the third photo, it's like the Harley Davidson.
yeah,
You know
like
what I'm saying?
the pants are themed like.
Yeah,
to
it's like a vintage type aesthetic. The one all the way to
the right.
right above me, like with the different denims, the different flannel type patches.
It's got like the plaid.
That's kind of cool because you will look and see on top of his outfit, he's wearing an all black jacket. So it kind of brings up the flair to his outfit. Not that the dude, you know, needs, you know, more flair. But quick shout out, I don't know if you saw this. In the photo all the way to
The left.
this way. Yeah, he's wearing a red Supreme Hanes shirt.
Is it though? Wait.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It could be.
But then I don't know what that is, right?
I cropped these pictures so we could look. I don't. It might not be. But we could uncrop it
It looks
afterwards
kinda
and
cool,
check.
though.
But I don't know. Alex might have tweaked on this one, guys.
About what?
You might be wrong. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I might be wrong. It looks kind of like it though.
But yeah, also these pants are like I don't know. I think these pants are crazy cool. Like the ones on the right with, like I don't know, the frame's a little bit too much for me. Like I wouldn't walk around with like just crazy stuff like fraying everywhere. But I love the plaid sewed on, and then like how he's got raw written, which is probably the brand of them. But yeah, I think that's so cool. And then like the pants on like all the way on the left, I think those ones are so cool. I believe that might be painted on.
Those might be his brand himself. It says Misfits, which is his clothing brand. So that might be his own pant. You know what I'm saying? If not, he might have just sewn his own label on there, which is kind of cool too.
Yeah. But yeah, you got him rocking the NMDs again. So
Yeah.
he's got a good shoe game.
Mm-hmm. Despite the photos we see currently with like those old beat up New Balance.
New Balances are in though. They're making a comeback. Do you have what kind? All right, yeah, we got a link in the chat, but I'm not gonna be able to look at that until afterwards. So sorry about that. But yeah, I just think this style of pants is really cool, where it's just cut and sewn, or just like got an actual different pair of pants, or even the painting it on adds like a whole nother layer to your fit.
But could we address the elephant in the room? My man's rocking 2 different colored old school fucking what Toms? Those aren't even Vans.
Look like bowling shoes.
Yeah, would you ever do that? No, I that's.
Well, I mean, a lot of these people do stuff that we wouldn't do, but they also, that's how people get noticed, though, by doing stuff a lot of people wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And I mean, rocking 2 different colored shoes isn't crazy. Like
Not
a lot of
crazy.
A lot of people do it with like Vans. They'll rock like one color Van and then
Yeah.
like the same one other color.
But let's be honest, brown and like tan or black and tan. That's kind of a.
I
don't know.
It also might have went with the shirt that he was wearing, but I don't know.
guess
I
so.
cropped all these just so they'd fit.
We'll never know.
But all right, next slide. So yeah, here we get to the LV slide, and he's all the pictures I see around like Saya era, and then till now, he's always rocking these Louis Vuitton trainers, and they're just like a really loud shoe.
Kind of like describes him.
Yeah, exactly, which fits with him.
Yeah, I can't even
perfectly.
imagine how much those hoes cost.
Yeah, those are probably a lot.
But obviously, it goes without needing to be said. The current fashion and like men's celebrity shoe is like the weird,
The like
dad
retro
type,
dad shoe, the bulky
type fit.
You'll see that with
Everyone.
oh, what is it? What's the other like really big one?
Balenciaga.
Yeah, Balenciaga
Yeah.
trainers.
Yep, those are hot.
It's
Gucci has a couple.
I actually thought these were the Balenciaga ones, and it took me forever to find a stock image that I have
Uncultured, let me tell you.
right there. It took me forever because I was like, I thought these were Balenciaga, and then I found out they're LV. So yeah.
Those are hot though. I actually would rock a pair of those.
Yeah, but then again, like that furthers his LV ties. He's got the Supreme stuff, and he's got this, and he's always rocking LV. So
one thing that's kind of cool worth noting is the man really does rock his shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll see guys like ASAP, Rocky, fucking Travis Scott, different people who rock huge brand shoes. They'll rock like the Balenciaga 7 whatever, the fucking other Gucci ones, and the Kanye Desert Rat 550s or what have you. This man rocks his shoes. Like if you see like
Yeah, they got
those
some
soles,
grime on them. On
yeah,
the bottom.
those soles have been through quite some work, which is kind of like what they're supposed to do. Like these shoes are not supposed to be like the, the celebrity superstar, wear once kind of thing. Like these shoes kind of.
They are Louis Vuitton though, so.
Yeah, but Louis Vuitton knows what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely going towards this audience of fucking stupid money. Also, kind of cool things to see is they're double laced. Those are 2 laces per shoe. You know what I'm saying? So.
Need that sturdiness.
Yeah, exactly. Not that I would do that to any other shoe, but it looks kind of funky with that.
Let's see. We might have one more slide, or else this might be the last one. Let me check. Yeah, so that's the last one. So we'll kind of do the concluding statements. Do you want to say anything more about Jaden?
Yeah, right now he is still really young. The man's is like probably like barely 20 or what have you, maybe be younger. This is only his first stage of like real fashion, and like most artists, his taste in music and style will eventually change. So right now we can call this like the Sire era, being that his pastels and his outfits and his colorways and what have you are that of the Sire project and the Sire ideology that he has. Check out the album. I cannot stress it enough. The album's fucking great.
Yeah, that's so with Jaden, like being as young as he is and like showing so much change like over his life, which I mean like everybody does, they're like even me, like over the years, like I'm always changing. Like I change my hair, I change like what I wear and all this type of stuff. It's kind of interesting with like how much he's changed, and then you see him where he's at now. Like, do you think this is like kind of a style that he's gonna keep for a while, or is he gonna keep moving on? Like the pictures of him with his like really long hair, which was almost a completely different style. Like,
oh yeah,
he was always rocking like biker jackets, like leather jackets, and then more like toned down stuff like striped tees, and then over here he's rocking like crazy distressed stuff and like LV shoes and like all this different stuff. It's just kind of cool to follow his progression, just like in his life, and like follow his different styles as he gets older and changes and everything. So it's kind of interesting to see if he's gonna stick with this style or if he's gonna progress and change over time and everything like that.
Without doubt. One last thing, real quick. Kind of like we talked about Shia Buff. The man has a military fucking inspiration. Like you see, like that jacket right there. I actually that's one of his own jackets. That's like from his clothing brand or what have you. Those 3 buttons are like magazine pouches. You know what I'm saying? So kind of cool.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
see that. It might be hard to see because of the contrast, or they might be able to see it fine.
Yeah, those 3 buttons are supposed to be that like a single magazine pouch. So it's always interesting to see that the big fashion brands also pay a little bit of like inspiration / like influence from regular military type gear.
Yeah. So yeah, this is definitely check out Jaden. His album, like check it on Spotify or whatever you're listening to music on. It's definitely worth listening to. Like
For sure.
Even if you don't like what it actually is, it's interesting to listen to.
Especially the first 4 songs, back to back to back.
Yeah, it progresses well. They blend together well.
Good flow.
But yeah, so we'll move away from Jaden, and I'll talk just a little bit about the podcast itself. So being episode 2, everything's still like really fresh. Like if you watch the first one, the background's like crazy different. Like we're still figuring everything out. I tried to mess with like the dimensions of the screen and everything to try to get it to fit better in the window. But yeah, I mean, we're just still figuring things out. Shoes ain't hot. Everything's opinions, like,
subjective.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. So oh no, that's Alan. All right. So I thought it was my brother. He was really into dad shoes. He probably really dig these ones. But yeah.
What does Alan know? That is a bum.
So yeah. If you guys have any ideas or like recommendations for who you want to see on the like future episodes, leave a comment. I know we're on Twitch right now. But I mean, people will be watching this on YouTube eventually too. So preferably on YouTube, leave a comment and let us know like who you'd like to see, and then eventually, hopefully, we're just gonna put together like a bunch of different PowerPoints and then like randomly pick one, and then have that be the person we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a recommendation in the chat about doing our own fits. I don't think we have enough fit pics to do that.
Joke's on you. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we'll have to get busy. Maybe do that
And
one time.
who cares? No one's gonna want to see my fucking, you know, like that dude's still wearing the same jeans as yesterday. I'm like, hey, leave me alone.
But yeah, all right. Other than that, we're gonna cut to the outro. Thanks for watching. It has like some info to like follow and stuff. So, I mean, it's not like a crazy outro or anything. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. All right, we're still up on the screen and